A very warm welcome to my very first bi-weekly online class, covering hot topics that have been inspired by the common challenges of working mum life, the things that I've faced in the past, the things that my clients have faced, and most importantly, the things that we've found solutions to, the things that we've overcome, so you can thrive in life, because that is what you're here for at the end of the day. And when you tune into these classes regularly, you're going to, in time, you're going to become the true leader of your life and your family. You're going to find your version of freedom, whatever that looks like for you. You're going to achieve full equality and teamwork in the home and interchange the typical gender roles, because it doesn't have to be all on you. And you're going to be able to navigate the challenges, the daily challenges of working mum life with ease and grace. So you always come out on top. So the overall intention of these online classes is to help you reconnect with your pure joy, with your creativity and sense of self, your purpose in life, alongside motherhood. You're always a mum, but you're not only a mum. This is a lifestyle choice, okay? This is not something extra for your to-do list. And this is really about, hey lovely, this is really about working mums living your true light, your truth, living life true to your needs and your desires, and knowing that it doesn't all fall on you. You know, that we have so much, knowing that we have so much support out there to enable us to live our lives in a way that feels really incredible every single day. So today's hot topic, is about reclaiming your mornings to reignite your life. This is about helping you wake up every day excited for every day ahead. And so a very warm welcome to you. If you're new around here, or if you've been in my world for a long time, or a while, not even necessarily a long time. I'm Michelle, and I am the unshakable mama. I'm a wife, been married to Gary for 15 years, 16 years, 15, nearly 15 years. A mum of two gorgeous boys, and I'm here to help you thrive, for sure. This is about doing feminism right. Feminism backfired. Feminism gave us what we wanted, but it didn't take anything away from us. So this is about helping us redivide, reshare the load, the mental load, the emotional load, the load in life. As I said, so we feel more supported. So I'm very passionate about helping you reclaim your time, your energy and your dreams without adding more to your plate. And the method that we use to do that in my world is called the calm method. And my work is very much around helping you gain clarity in your life's purpose alongside motherhood. So understanding your deep purpose helps you feel fulfilled beyond the daily demands of parenting and wifing and working. And it grounds your decisions and gives you meaning to the chaos, helping you stay connected to who you are, not just to what you do in life. It helps you to prioritize your time and focus on the things that are most important to you. So with limited time and endless demands, knowing your true priorities ensures your energy is invested where it's got the most impact. On what lights you up and sustains your energy, sustains your well-being. The calm method is about setting boundaries to protect and increase your time, your energy, and potentially even your money, your finances. Boundaries aren't barriers. Boundaries are the protection to help you avoid burnout, to stay focused and create space for your growth, emotional and financial. And in my world, we also focus very much on regulating your nervous system and emotions. With your nervous system, when your nervous system and your emotions are balanced, you're so much more resilient, you're calmer, you're more confident, and you're able to respond to the challenges and the stresses with grace and ease rather than to react to them a little bit erratically, maybe sometimes, maybe flying off the handle. And this supports you in creating healthier relationships with your husband, partner, your children, your friends and family. And it allows you to think more clearly. It gives you the headspace to actually problem solve. And when we have the boundaries in place, when we are emotionally and nervous system regulated, we're able to take aligned action steps towards your dream lifestyle. So these small intentional action steps that are aligned with your values, with your desires, they compound over time, turning your dreams into reality without sacrificing your peace or your family life. It's a really gradual process, but it takes a commitment now. So if you're anything like the clients that I work with, you feel like you're here for way more in life. Your head is maybe swimming with ideas and dreams of the changes that you wish you could make happen in your life. But then you want to feel more present, more joyful in your life. But then you come back down to reality with a bang. Because you feel guilty and you feel greedy and selfish for wanting more when life is actually already really amazing. And there's already so much to be thankful for in life, especially because there's so many people who need you. And so you keep on giving from an empty cup. You silence yourself, you bury your dreams, and you push on. Because you actually don't have capacity for anything else in life anyway. Not as it is already. You're already pulled in a million directions. The planned things, your social life, and also the unexpected things that inevitably pop up every single day. You're having to firefight them on a regular basis. So these online classes are going to give you the tools and the strategies to help you overcome that. And if you're anything like my clients, when they first come to me, they thought they didn't have time. They didn't have time because they were already so maxed out and, far too stressed and busy. But what they ended up finding, and what we know in my world, is that the game-changing tools and strategies I teach are what help us reclaim our time and our energy as busy working mums. They're what help us problem solve, see new perspectives, and start integrating more joy, more creativity into life, and to help life feel more purposeful. The foundations, as I've said already, the foundations of what we do, what we're doing through these online classes is very much emotional and nervous system regulation based, which is backed up by science. And I'm really happy to share that with you if you're interested, or just Google it. There is so much science about it. So I know that some of the challenges that we face as busy working mums, and each of these online classes is going to be a new hot topic that, as I said, will build incrementally, be a gradual process to help change your perspective, shift your mindset, and give you the tools to thrive. So I know that some of the challenges we experience is that we just have too much on our plates. It's that simple. Life is crazy busy all the time, and we work full time or part time. Maybe we have our own businesses as well. Let me know in the comments. Where you're at with your work and your motherhood journey. Like, are you working? Like, what's your kind of your work status, if you like, at the moment? What do you do? But just a reminder, you're way more than just what you do. You are this whole beautiful person. You're not just a mum, you're not just an employee, you're not just a wife, you're not just you are a beautifully rounded person, and we need to reconnect. The aim of this is to reconnect you with that. So on top of working, we're expected to do all the housework. This is generally the case. Again, if this is not you, then let me know. Generally expected to do all the housework. We are the primary care providers. We have to look after kids on top of the work. We do get time for fun, but it feels like another chore because we're so stretched, meaning that we're not living life with full presence and full joy or fun. Like, I just remember going out for dinner with friends, and as lovely as it was, I wanted to be there, but I just felt like, just too tired. Just too tired for this tonight. And obviously it was fun, but then the next day I was playing catch up again because my energy levels were off. And so it means that we're dreading our alarm clocks going off every day. That noise means another repeat on the hamster wheel. Without enough time for the things that you really want to be doing. And we lie in bed. I'm just remembering back to those days, lying in bed. I'm laughing now, but honestly, it wasn't a laughing matter at the time. Lying in bed thinking, how the heck am I going to make it through the day? Like all the logistics, all the things that we commit ourselves to, either like intentionally because we want to do them, or just because we feel obliged to do them, like, helping out with the school PTA, for example, or helping out at a scouting group or whatever. On top of all those other things, the work and the childcare and the housework and everything, the school runs and all the unexpected things that, as I've said, they keep coming at us, but we leave zero time for them. And that causes a problem in itself. So ultimately, we feel really drained by work and life when we don't do anything that fills our souls. And we live life wanting to escape, to escape our current reality to this dream world that we have no idea how to actually get there. Usually by going on holiday or maybe moving house or something like that. And we feel burned out, frustrated, resentful, and like we've lost touch with who we are. We feel disconnected from everything, from life, from ourselves, from everything. So the opportunity we've got, though, excitingly, inside this online class today is to get clear on a way out of our unsustainable ways of living life right now. So we can wake up feeling energized and excited for the day ahead, wondering what opportunities are going to present themselves today, feeling deep gratitude for the opportunity to wake up and be gifted with another day of this precious life, so that we can have more time for ourselves and find more joy and presence in our days every day. So we feel alive and we stop living on autopilot. We can slow down and relax when we want to, when we need to, without thinking about the next thing. We can actually just switch off without thinking about that next thing. And so we can remember who we were before we had kids. But more importantly, we can find out who we are now as working mums with our own identity, like this new identity, without dwelling on how life used to be. My gosh, the number of hours I spent just thinking about what life would be like without kids, even though I really want my kids. I love my kids, but love my two boys. Reminiscing on how life used to be and how easy it was just to pop into the shop, or make dinner or whatever. And we want to be able to be doing the things in life that we really want to be doing and filling our cups, and not spending our whole lives living for our husbands and other people, and for the needs and demands of our kids, and having no time left for ourselves. How does that sound? Does that sound appealing to you? Let me know in the comments. If it sounds amazing, you are absolutely in the right place. Stay. But if this isn't resonating with you, then just leave now, because what I'm going to share, the wisdom I'm going to share, isn't going to be of any use for you. So moving on to today's hot topic then. So waking up excited for every day ahead, reclaiming your mornings to reignite your life, essentially. And this falls into 3 main categories. Boundaries. Boundaries is the first one. Boundaries with yourself, boundaries with your kids, to protect your time and energy. So if you want to reclaim your mornings, these are the things that have massively helped me during the last few years. And the things that I started with. I started by shifting my perspective on the mornings. And it literally had a huge knock-on effect throughout the rest of the day. It was so powerful. But as I said, this is a gradual process. This is a commitment, a choice that we have to decide that we want. So the first thing I started doing was, and this is, as I said, this is what I'm teaching my clients as well. So, and they're getting incredible, unexpected results from it as well. So first thing I did was to start waking up earlier than my boys. They had alarm clocks, and I'd spend some time on me. So some days I'd journal. Like, I'd literally start off really, really simple with writing down 3 to 5 things I was really grateful for right now, or that had happened the day before. Or I would do 5 to 10 minutes of yoga practice. And I would ask myself, how do I feel? How do I want to feel in the morning? So I'll come to that in a second. But I would do, or breath work. So I do like three or 4 rounds of some deep breathing before I even got out of bed. Okay. And I wouldn't do all of them necessarily. It just depended how I felt. It would just be like, some days I'd do all of them. Some days I'd just do one of them. And I made it non-negotiable. And it may be hard to start with, to get up earlier when you already feel really tired, but I promise you it will be so worth it. You will notice the benefits of it. And if you're thinking, that's impossible for me because my kids, they wake up earlier than me, or or whenever I get up early and I try and tiptoe around, they just know that I'm awake and they come and find me. Well, again, this is an opportunity to set new boundaries. Okay, they will learn to respect them. They absolutely will learn to respect them, especially when they start seeing a calmer, happier mum, and when they start they start feeling happy themselves, because that just the whole home is just more harmonious in the mornings, and there's less stress and less rush. They like that too. They thrive on that too. So we are literally, this is the ripple effect. We are creating this harmony in the home for the whole family, starting with ourselves. We are becoming the leaders of our lives. And by default, the leaders of our family. And honestly, you will notice such huge impact throughout the family, into the wider community, through your kids, through yourself. Like, people are just happier around you. And an example of the boundaries that I set during the morning, like with my boys, was if I was doing yoga and I'd close my bedroom door. If my bedroom door was closed in the morning, because we always slept with our bedroom door open, just because we've got 2 cats who like to come in and out during the night. If the bedroom door was closed, I was practicing yoga. So they had 3 choices. Either 1, they come in and they join in with me. 2, they come in and they sit quietly and watch me practicing yoga. Or 3, they can walk straight past the door. And they absolutely respected that. They absolutely did that. And they, to this day, like if I'm practicing yoga, they might come in, realise I'm practicing yoga. Or if I'm meditating and they see me sat with my eyes closed, they will just leave me be. It is incredible. And I am teaching them that for themselves. And I'm showing them the way. And sometimes they join and sometimes they don't. It just depends. So another game changer with regards to boundaries is to explain to your kids every night what's happening the next day. Like, get rid of that doubt, or the question of the unknown in your kids' minds, because when they know what's going on, they're far they've got time to process that, and they are far more responsive in the mornings. And remind them the night before of the jobs that you expect them to do in the morning. So, I don't know, let the cat out, and or get your socks out of the drawer, or put your socks on, comb your hair, brush your teeth after breakfast. Like, what order do you want them to be doing stuff in? Do you want them to be getting dressed before breakfast or after breakfast, in case they spill cereal, milk down their school uniform, for example? So you're just reinstating, is that the right word? Yeah, that would do. I will go with that. The expectations every night before we go to bed, before the kids go to bed, of what you expect of them. And honestly, they thrive. They absolutely thrive from the responsibility and thinking that they're helping you out. No matter how old your kids are, even if they grunt and groan at helping you out, they still get a warm, fuzzy feeling that oh wow, I helped mum out. Look how happy it's made mum. And they really don't want you to be barking orders at them all the time. Again, no matter what age they are. They want the space to be able to think calmly about what it is that they need to be doing. They want to feel empowered. And this is one of the huge ways that you can get calmer school mornings, make your mornings feel, much happier and calmer. So you go through your day in that state of mind. So that's the second thing, is state of mind. And the things that really, really help me are, I mentioned it earlier, the second my alarm went off, I would ask myself, how do I feel? And this is what my clients, they practice every day as well. How do I feel right now? And how do I want to feel moving through the day? This is really, really powerful. And then another one is, when you get up, before you leave your bedroom or when you're in the bathroom or whatever, just say hi to yourself in the mirror. Hey gorgeous, how you doing today? Hey, your hair looks alright today, yeah. Yeah, or, that thing you're worrying about today, you're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You are going to get through the day. You're going to have an amazing day. It's going to be a brilliant day. Whatever comes at you, you've absolutely got this. And this is such a powerful, powerful technique to do. And when we check in on ourselves, when we sort of ask ourselves how we feel, and speak to ourselves like we would speak to ourselves as a friend, we often, our self-talk is often so mean, and we would never ever talk to a friend how we talk to ourselves a lot of the time. And we're learning to rewire that through this journey. We're learning to rewire that so we become our own best friends. And we learn to see ourselves, by doing this, we learn to see ourselves as actual people. You are a person with your own needs, desires, emotions, fears, worries, and they're all valid, they're all welcome. We're not just functional machines. But when you can start connecting with how you actually feel, that's where you take your power back. That is where you start feeling more in control of how you go about your day. Because you're very aware of how you feel. And it seems so simple, but it's mind-blowingly simple, but it's mind-blowingly powerful. What else? Yes. So the next thing is, if you don't practice any of these, or you practice some of these, or you do practice them, yeah, and you still feel your energy is off. So, for example, you practice some of these, or maybe you haven't had time to practice as long as you wanted, or maybe you haven't practiced at all, or whatever. And you walk into the kitchen and your kids are super hyper, or they're super grumpy and emotional, or whatever, and they get your back up. You're like, oh God, so stressful. Walk back out of the room. This is your state of mind, okay? You have the power to change your state of mind at any time. Okay, this is about you responding and not reacting. So if you walked into that room and you carried on, you would get sucked in to their emotions, or you start getting cross with them because they're too hyper and not doing what they're supposed to be doing, not eating their breakfast, or they're grumpy, and that lowers your vibe, and it's this vicious circle. Walk out of the room for a couple of minutes to reset again, and then walk back in the room with a new state of mind. It's like, right, let's start again, because they'll have seen you come in the first time and they'll be like, well, where's mum gone? And I've done this many times and it's so effective. Let's start again. Right, good morning. How are you today? Like, and give them a hug and a kiss and da-da-da-da. And you honestly, you'll notice such difference to the atmosphere. So we've talked boundaries, we've talked state of mind. Third thing is logistics, even though that's really boring. None of this work is actually rocket science. This is so simple. It's just all perspective shifting, constantly perspective shifting. So, decide the night before what you're having for breakfast. Make some mornings smoother. Have everything ready the night before. Like the school paperwork that needs signing and returning to school, the school bags, have the water bottles out, have the lunches made, uniforms out and ready. And as simple as this sounds, it's amazing how many, it's amazing how many of my clients haven't been doing this. And so they're like rushing around in the morning, like trying to get all this stuff and da-da-da-da. And then again, it sets them off on a bad foot for the rest of the day, because you start the day in a state of rushing, in a state of catching up, in a state of frenzy. And what can you delegate? This is a really cool one. Like, what can you delegate? You don't have to be doing it all by yourself. This is the the message. You don't have to be doing it all yourself. Delegation was a massive game changer for me, and it's had unexpected revelations for my clients as well. Like, for example, get your husband and your kids, as long as they're, like over 6 or 7, to make their own packed lunches. Just takes huge weight off your mind. It's one less thing you have to do. And yet they get to choose what they want for lunch. Obviously, within reason, you get to check the lunchbox. But, make sure there's not like 10 packs of crisps and 10 chocolate bars inside, and there isn't actually a sandwich or something and some fruit. But honestly, it's a game changer. And why should you be making your husband pack lunch? And ask your kids to get their uniforms ready for the next day. Again, something else that you don't have to do. And then Sunday nights, because Monday mornings always seem to be a sticking point. On Sunday nights, take a look at your diary, like get an overview of what's going on in the week, and see what's coming up for the week and what can you get ready. Like, it's just that like mental thing. It's like you can start processing what you need to be doing in the week. Like, how is it going to work logistically? Because I need to get from here to there within a certain time, and then I need to get to here, and and it's all these things that we're constantly whirring around in our background. But when you can start to process it and in advance, it just helps you feel a lot calmer about everything. So yeah, and it really, really helps your Monday morning. So do let me know if you've got any questions about any of that. The 3 points: boundaries, state of mind, and logistics, to help you reclaim your mornings. They were the most stressful time of my day, and it turned into like this. When I started practicing these things, I was like, oh my God, today's a new day. It's a blank canvas. I'm so excited. Like, what's gonna happen today? And how am I gonna, like, rather than how am I gonna get through the day, like feeling really full of dread about it, it was a case of, how am I going to navigate the day? And it became a game. It became like, I wonder how I can deal with this. I wonder what will happen today, and I wonder if I will deal with it differently. And what can I get away with today? What what can I do for myself today? And it kind of felt like it's like a game. It's the game of life, or the game of joy. Introducing more joy and more ease into your days, and it's just the most exciting game ever. And I'm still playing it now. It's really amazing. So as I said, if you've got any questions, let me know. And if you'd like to go deeper into reclaiming your time and your energy and your dreams without adding more to your plate, if you are feeling called to reconnect with your joy, your creativity, and your purpose in life, like what even is your purpose in life? That's a question I get asked so often. Like, what's my purpose in life? How do I know what my purpose in life is? Well, you do have a purpose. And it's not just being a mum. It's not just going to work. Then yeah, if you want to dive deeper into this, then I have an amazing offer to support you to implement and integrate all I've shared today so far. I mentioned earlier, I believe that feminism has backfired because we got what we wanted, we got the right to work and to vote and all of that, but nothing got taken off us. Nothing was redivided and shared amongst men and women. So we're doing it all. And all feminism has done is overload us. And, now, with the cost of living now, we have no choice but to work. Most of us, we have no choice. We have to go to work. I mean, I go to work because I love my work. I love my work. But it hasn't always been that way. Like I've had office jobs before that I really didn't want to go to. And on top of the work, we are still the primary caregivers. We're still the housekeepers. On the whole, there is a level of support that we receive, but we're ready now to receive more support. We're ready to get deeper. We're ready to shift the status quo, because your partner, your husband, he doesn't want to be the main breadwinner. Well, he probably likes being the protector, but he doesn't want to be stuck at his desk 9 to 5 either. So by you taking the lead, what you're actually doing is creating a shift in the whole family. It's powerful, really powerful. So I'm really excited to share that there is a new way of being a working mum. And this is what we do in my world. This is what we do, me and my clients. And if you're happy and willing to keep listening, then I'll show you what this likes. I'm going to share what this looks like. So this is all about you mastering the tools to build stronger foundations, to help you thrive, so you have the confidence and resilience to navigate the highs and lows of working mum life whilst balancing your time, motherhood, and your ambition, your own dreams. This is about you reconnecting with your deeper joy, your creativity and your purpose, and ultimately finding your version of freedom, which looks different to each and every one of my clients. I'm really, really proud to introduce you to Unshakable Mama, which is my 8-week journey to presence and freedom. The little and often concept inside it has massively supported me on my journey from frazzled to free, chaos to calm, survive to thrive, and it's helped so many working mums to regain control of their lives as well. And it's about a big part of it is learning to have the conversations with the right people when there's too much on your plate, because this is not about doing more. This is about a lifestyle choice, as I've said already. It's about finding equality, but still having very clear roles, in your household, because you're not meant to work this many hours whilst doing all those things, all the other things. This is feminism done wrong. And the good news is that we are now the ones that get to clear up the mess for ourselves and for our children. And we're the ones that get to rewrite the rules of motherhood and break the cycles of stress and overwhelm for ourselves and our children and for future generations. So Unshakable Mama has been designed so you can listen and practice on the go in the small pockets of time that you have available to you during your busy days, even if the kids are around, to help you, as I explained earlier, through my calm method, gain clarity in your life's purpose alongside motherhood, prioritize your time and focus on what matters most to you, setting boundaries to protect and increase potentially your time, your energy and your finances, to regulate your nervous system and your emotions, and also to take aligned action steps towards your dream lifestyle. Now, previous Unshakable Mamas, they've shared things like with me, like, thank you so much. I've tried so many of these types of things before, but nothing's stuck. I really believe these short bursts work wonders, and don't let it overwhelm an already overloaded mum. And another lady told me, thank you. My husband has already noticed the change in me and said, thank you for signing up for this program. And another one shared with me, thank you for reminding me what's truly important in life so I can refocus like my time and energy. I think I was distracted from what really matters in life, and I'd lost focus, and I felt like I was banging my head against brick walls. That's what we're doing. We've got these dreams and these aspirations and we can't move forward. We're like stuck, we're wheel spinning, we're in this hamster wheel. So Unshakable Mama, Unshakable Mama, the really good news is it is only £177 for 8 weeks of my support and going through these little and often practices, these tools, game-changing tools and strategies that will absolutely transform your life. The price is increasing to £888, and the reason for that is because I'm extending it to a 16-week program. Because the extra cheerleading and support creates far deeper, longer lasting results. Most of my ladies choose to stay longer anyway in the membership. So I decided that actually, let's just create the program to be double the length, to give that extra support and cheerleading. And so it integrates far deeper, so you rewire far deeper. And because it's the price increase is also to reflect the incredible results that my Unshakable Mamas actually receive from their time inside, such as manifesting more money in the sense of new jobs being offered, pay rises, and these are like for herself or for her partner. And this is the ripple effect. Even my husband's had pay rises and like job offers and things since I've been doing this work. Or maybe receiving unexpected inheritance or a tax rebate, for example. Other results are things like freeing up more time in the sense of setting stronger boundaries to leave work so she can get home and actually enjoy a more relaxed, calmer, less stressful dinner time, family dinner time and bedtime, and actually enjoy story time together. Deciding to hire a cleaner, for example, even though she feels she can't afford it right now, so she's not spending her weekends cleaning and instead can enjoy more family time. Maybe saying no to social things to protect her time and her energy, for the things that she's been wanting or needing to do for ages but never has the time, and maybe it's weighing her down, like, I don't know, a job around the home, for example, like filing all the paperwork, for example, or But maybe something else, and she knows that once it's done, it will just be a massive stress off her. Or maybe it could be, just finding more time to play games with her kids, for example, or I don't know what you know, don't you? What you want, and reducing stress in the sense of creating buffer times in her busy weeks that enable her to catch up or give her space to navigate the inevitable challenges. So, these things that happen, like, you've had to drop everything to pick up a sick kid from school or take the cat to the vets or whatever, and then suddenly you're behind in this, that or the other. But actually, when you've got that space protected in your diary, you're going to be all right. And if nothing's gone wrong that week, then that time is yours. That time is yours to do with what you want. Maybe meet your friend for coffee. Maybe, I don't know, have a sleep. And she's calmer, she's less snappy at her kids, or the kids are just picking up on her calmer energy and just listening better and being more helpful. And these are just a few examples of the power of this work. So how would it feel to achieve these results in your life? Like what would life look like in 5 or 10 years if you choose not to try this new way of life, this new way of motherhood, this new lifestyle choice? And what will motherhood, or, parenthood actually, look like for our sons and daughters if we don't take the lead now and push back against society's unrealistic expectations on us? As I said, this doesn't, we're taking the lead as mums. This impacts the whole family and society, the wider community. No, if we, what happens if we don't choose to reconnect with our joy and creativity and find our sense of purpose and ultimately gain our freedom? So if this feels like something that you're interested in learning more about, then send me a DM or comment underneath, Unshakable, and we can have a chat to see how it can benefit your life. And I look forward to speaking to you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks where we'll be talking about burnout to balance. So this is for you if you're currently feeling overwhelmed and out of sync with life and you just want to reset and regain that control of your life. I look forward to seeing you there. I'll see you somewhere else in the meantime. Sending you lots of love. Have a wonderful day. Bye.